Welcome to our Website Marketing Pros seminar. My name is Gerald Van Yerksa. I'm the CEO and founder of WebsiteMarketingPros.com. You're about to get a lot more knowledgeable about marketing your business online and how you can transform your existing business into one that can also generate substantial profits using the internet. This seminar is approximately 63 minutes long, and here's the agenda for what you're going to see right now. Number one, I want to share a little bit about me. Number two, I want to talk a little bit about you and why you might be here. Number three, we're going to go and take a look at some powerful internet facts, figures, and internet business statistics that prove to you that you really can't afford to ignore what's happening online relative to your business. And number four, we're going to show you the potentially missed opportunities in your local marketing if you're not online right now, or if you're online right now but you've not optimized properly. And we're going to show you how you can turn all that stuff around. Number five, we're going to show you how to access 4 recipes for winning big, really big online in the quest for more customers and more profits. And frankly, you can implement any one of these solutions starting in as little as 48 hours. So let's get on with it. The first thing I'd like to do is take about a minute or so on why you might like to listen to me. Frankly, it's one part of the seminar that I want to get through very quickly because I don't like to speak about myself that much. I'd rather focus on providing solutions for you, but it's important to let you know that I am qualified to speak to you. So here goes, and I'll make this short, and then we're going to dive into providing you some outstanding value. I've been in advertising and marketing my entire life, from co-owning and operating a chain of highly profitable radio stations in Western Canada, to founding my own advertising agency, to owning and operating what is arguably the biggest privately owned internet marketing, mentoring, and coaching center on the internet, with thousands of students, by the way, from countries all over the world, where we've trained some of the finest online marketers anywhere, where I was also the lead trainer and head marketing coach, and also to being a past president of United Way in the city that I currently live in. My passion is marketing, and it's also helping business owners just like yourself to really conquer and crush it online. And you can find out more about me later by visiting the About Us section on our website at WebsiteMarketingPros.com. Okay, let's move to part 2 and talk a little bit about you. Now, you're here, I suspect, because you might need more customers and more profits in your business. Having said that, you might be one of a handful of entrepreneurs who are really fortunate enough that your business is currently doing quite well, but you're still concerned because you've simply maxed out your ability to generate more profits by marketing the way that you've been marketing up until this point. And maybe the reason you're here is because your goal is to remain profitable and perhaps even expand the profit potential of your business. So as a result, you're looking for new opportunities to generate those new customers and new profits. The good news for you right now is that by watching this seminar today, you are absolutely in the right place to make what you're thinking about happen, because we're going to reveal some big things to you that you can start doing right away. But what if the picture I described isn't you? As we get ready to share some powerful opportunities with you, allow me to ask some of you whose business health is perhaps not as robust as what we've just talked about. Let me ask you some thought-provoking questions. Question number one is your market share in your particular niche market becoming fragmented? In other words, is the number of competitors in your marketplace making it harder for you to make profits? Question number two, at the same time, are your costs of acquiring customers going up? And that, of course, relates to whatever marketing that you're doing. Question number three, do you find it a challenge knowing where to advertise? In other words, are there just too many radio stations, TV stations, cable companies, newspapers, direct mail options, and other media choices that have just made it a real hassle for you just to try and figure out where you can advertise to reach most of your new potential customers? Question number four, are you stressed out because of a combination of eroding profits and the costs of operating that you've got? They just seem to be going up. In other words, at the same time as you're battling to generate more profits, do you see your business expenses continuing to spiral upward? Question number five, and it's a big one, if you face some or all of this, what's it going to cost you if you can't turn it around in time, or if you don't turn it around at all? Will your competitors slowly overtake you until they've completely crushed you into the ground? Will you be forced into inevitable cutbacks because there's not enough money coming in? And if you're forced to make budgeting cuts, what goes on the chopping block anyway? Your staff, your marketing budget, the money that you pay yourself? Any business that has an ambition of growth has got to advertise in any market condition. And when times get tough, the need to up your marketing and advertising is probably at its most critical point. But for some business people, that can be a scary thing when sales are flat or going down. As Harvard Business School professor John A. Quench was quoted as saying in Bloomberg Businessweek, he said, "It's well documented that brands that increase advertising during a recession when competitors are cutting back, they can improve market share and return on investment at a lower cost than during good economic times." Bloomberg Businessweek also went on to say, "Recessions by definition are temporary. Great companies and great executives don't abandon their growth strategies in light of temporary setbacks. They attack aggressively while everybody else is pulling back." Okay, let's cut to the chase. If your goal is to increase sales and profits, then we really do have a solution for you. And frankly, it's a solution that can benefit you in a number of key ways. With it, you can repair what's wrong with your business right now relative to getting new customers and making more profits. With it, you can take an already profitable business to even higher levels of profit and sustainability regardless of market conditions. But heed this warning as well. This is not a solution that you can afford to ignore implementing, no matter who you are. And I would wager to say that if you and your business refuses to adopt what we're about to share with you over the next few minutes, you may not be in business 10 years from now, no matter who you are. And that is how fundamentally important this information is. So what am I talking about? What do you think the last great frontier of business is? If you guessed the internet, including connectivity to the internet with smartphones and mobile devices, you would be correct. Okay, what we're going to do now is we're going to move into part 3, and we're going to start by showing you some facts and figures and business statistics. Did you know that almost 80% of adult Americans use the internet? The popularity of being online is also similar in places like Canada, the UK, Australia, and Europe. In fact, every area of the world is clamoring to get online. 78% of internet users conduct product research online. What does that mean? It means that when 8 out of every 10 potential customers of yours are deciding whether or not to buy your product or service, that they are going online and Googling you and the stuff or services that you sell. If their searches on Google and Bing and Yahoo are successful, then chances are you'll make the sale. But if your competitors show up instead, you lose and they win. 18 months ago, as of the time of this recording, Comscore said that 10.3 billion searches were being conducted every single month on Google alone. That number's not getting any smaller. To give you an idea of just how big that is, consider that the total population of the planet is fewer than 7 billion people. The reach of the internet dwarfs any television network, any newspaper conglomerate, any chain of radio stations. If you wanted to make a media buy equal to the reach of the internet, you couldn't do it unless your company had a net worth in the billions of dollars. But the reality is, any mom and pop store on any corner of any street in the world, they can afford to market online, and so can you. Have you ever stopped to take a look at how affordable online marketing is for your own business? As of last year, according to the Nielsen Company, the average US internet user was viewing 2,750 web pages per month. Being online is part of our daily social fabric. We do everything on the internet. We research everything online. We play online. We meet people online. We network online. Our kids are online. Our parents too. We check our email and pay our bills online. And not only are we doing it, so are our potential customers. In other words, so are your potential customers. The media audit reported recently that 1/3 of US consumers spend 3 or more hours online every single day. That's 3 or more hours every single day, 7 days a week. Think of the implication of what I just said. As business people, we struggle with which of the dozens of radio stations to buy. We struggle with which newspapers to place our ads in. We struggle with which of the dozens of TV stations or cable channels to place our marketing message on. But have you ever stopped to consider the fact that when you optimize your business to be online, you don't have to decide which station or channel or newspaper to use? And that's because there's only one internet. And regardless of what search engine a potential prospect of yours uses when they're searching for you or your product or service, like the ones that you're carrying, if you are online right, in other words, correctly, your business is going to appear in the search results. Do you really know what the most popular search phrases are that people use when they search for products or services that you carry? And more importantly, who shows up? Is it you or is it your competition? According to online product research, as of September 29, 2010, 24% of all adults had posted comments or reviews online about the things they buy. And that number is growing exponentially. Do you know what's being said about you online? Look at the success of internet companies like Angie's List, where people can freely post reviews about the companies they deal with. Regardless of what you personally think about your own online presence, you can bet that there are reviews and comments being made about you right now online. Do you know all the places to look in? In fact, consumers being able to comment on you and your business, that's resulted in an explosion of reputation management companies who specialize in repairing the reputations of businesses that have ignored the impact of the online world and the ability of the average consumer to literally torch a company that does them wrong. So I wonder what the status of your customer service is. According to ComScore, 9 out of 10 internet users visited a social networking site each month in 2010. That's 90% of all online users, and those numbers are just getting stronger. What's your company doing in the social media? Let me give you a case in point. Facebook. As of February 2011, 1 out of every 8 minutes online is spent on Facebook. Today, Facebook users are fast approaching the 1 billion user mark in terms of monthly active users. 1 out of every 5 page views online occurs on Facebook. Over 100 billion social connections have been made. Do you have a Facebook page? If not, why not? Because your customers are hanging out on Facebook and the statistics prove it. Then there's Twitter. As of January 2010, Twitter's active user base was generating 90 million tweets per day according to Remetrics. Today, according to VentureBeat.com, that number has increased to 250 million tweets a day and more than 100 million users. According to eMarketer, in August of 2010, more than half of all the internet users read blogs at least once a month. Today, that number's gone way up. In fact, because of the popularity of blogs, the search engines like Google give blog content huge authority. In layperson's terms, that implies that any content that you post online for your marketing, it should be on your own blog. But there are formulas on how to put content on blogs that result in increased rankings for your website and other internet assets. Do you have a blog yet for your company? To get another perspective of just how popular blogs and social networks are, consider this fact. According to the Nielsen Company, and this is back in November of 2010, U.S. internet users spend 3 times more minutes on blogs and social networks than they do on email. Did you also know that 40% of Facebook's user base is age 35 plus? It's not just for young people. At 845 million users total, that's a big number. In fact, 64% of Facebook users have become fans of at least one company. Do you have a Facebook fan page? You should. The thing that you should know is that search engines like Google, activities like blogging, and other internet trends have fundamentally transformed the way that people and businesses purchase products. The crazy thing is, in spite of that, most small businesses today, they still use outdated and inefficient marketing methods like print advertising and telemarketing and trade shows. And those are marketing tactics that, frankly, people increasingly find intrusive and they screen them out. By the way, when it comes to online marketing, one thing that you should know is that the majority of links that search users click on, They are organic links and not paid links. Do you see the search query that somebody typed in? Look at the orange circle. It says best shoe store Boston. Somebody wants to find a shoe store in Boston, so that's what they type into Google. The links you see on the screen here, those are paid links. You would pay anywhere up to $1, $5, $10, or $15 or more each and every time somebody clicked on your ad or link if you were advertising with paid advertising on the internet. Now, that can be pretty costly if you don't know what you're doing. The links displayed in green that you see here on the screen are what we call organic links, and they appear naturally because of things like on and off-page search optimization, backlinks, and a host of other things. These results can include your website, your blog, a YouTube video, a press release, an article from an article directory, an entry relating to a Facebook fan page, Twitter results, and so on. And they can also be your listing in Google Places. The thing to note is this: 70% of the links or content that people click on are organic results and not the paid results. And if that's the case, which it is, then the organic search results is where you want to show up for your business. By the way, again, 78% of business people, did you know that they use their mobile device to check their email? An iPhone's a mobile device, an Android phone's a mobile device. The point in mentioning all this is that as a business owner, you've got to understand that because of smartphones, your potential prospects, they can connect to the internet regardless of where they are, because the internet is as far away as their cellular phone. And there's something else that you probably don't know. 40% of all US smartphone users, they actually compare prices on their mobile device while they're in your store shopping for an item. But that also means that they do the same when they're in your competitor's store. So if you can offer something better than your competition, then being online can help you take customers from your competitors. But the reverse is also true if your competitors make effective use of their presence online and you don't. Here's another powerful marketing fact. As of May 2010, 1 in 5 mobile phone owners used their device to make a purchase in the past 30 days. Today, that number's grown like crazy. Here's another marketing fact that proves the inefficiency of things like TV advertising. A DVR, you know what that is. A DVR lets anybody record their favorite TV shows and play them back later. 40% of all households in the US have a DVR. Here's the thing about them. You can fast forward through all the advertising, and most people do fast forward through the ads. The implication of that is that your advertising buys on television, they're becoming increasingly ineffective and inefficient. Did you know that according to the Federal Trade Commission, that by July 2010, over 200 million Americans had registered on the FTC's official Do Not Call list? Now, for many businesses whose profit models depended upon making outbound sales calls, that was a nail in the coffin. It left many auto dialers and outbound call centers totally obsolete. And if you were a business that relied on targeted leads for your sales and profits using methods like that, then you are now at the mercy of paying high prices to lead generation companies that charge up to $5, $10, $15, or $25 for every lead that they generate. What you might not know is that the lead generation companies, they get the bulk of their leads from the internet by optimizing their own websites and landing pages to attract traffic. And when you optimize your own business the same way, or have somebody like us do it for you, you'll be able to attract an unlimited supply of your own leads and traffic for a long time, forever maybe. And you'll never have to rely on a lead generation company to do it ever again. Don't you want that kind of marketing power for your own business? The Trade Show Exhibitors Association, they reported, and this is going back to 2009, that the decline in trade show spending was a whopping 46%. Well, guess what? Each year, it's been getting worse. Why have trade shows declined? One big reason, the internet. Trade shows are expensive compared to the much cheaper cost of a website. In fact, the World Wide Web has become a 24-hour-a-day, 7-day-a-week worldwide trade show that people from anywhere can access anytime that they feel like it. What you're actually witnessing is an extinction of trade shows, and it's being caused by the internet search engines like Google and Bing and Yahoo. search engines make it possible for literally anybody to find products and services 24/7 simply by typing in a search query on their computer or their smartphone. But many companies today, they're still wasting dollars renting and then setting up trade show booths for the ever decreasing amounts of visitors that stop by. How much money have you spent on trade shows? What if instead you put that money to better use online with your own properly optimized website? The impact of the search engines and the internet is also directly responsible for the death of Yellow Page directories. Why? Because today when people search for a business, they go online using a desktop or a laptop computer. And with the introduction of the smartphones, iPhones, Androids, Windows 7 phones, people can look up any business anywhere within seconds. And guess what? They're not only going to get the contact information and the address, but they'll get the driving directions on GPS, plus access to the business's website as well. Yellow Page directory distribution is actually set to stop in many cities across North America because increasing numbers of people are actually throwing out Yellow Page directories. They're chucking them in recycling bins without even removing their cellophane wraps. And the directories themselves, they're scrambling for their lives right now, trying to move their customers online. How? By repackaging their offline services into online services. But the problem with that is that people don't go on Google to look for super pages or to look for decks or to look for Yellow Pages. People go online to search for the business they're looking for itself. And it's crazy just how many businesses get suckered into buying a directory listing where they're rotated with all of their competitors. It's especially crazy when the business could instead optimize its own site to appear in the search engine results all by themselves. Look at the example on the slide. Why would any lawyer pay serious money to be included with 1,141 other lawyers? Are you one of those businesses still stuck in the Yellow Pages? By the way, if you think you can do business with just email marketing, then you really need to think again, because according to ExactTarget in 2011, a stunning 91% of email users have unsubscribed from a company email that they had previously opted into. What does that mean? Well, simply put, if you can't provide extreme value to your customer in terms of the quality of your communications, then they will kick you and your company to the curb and you'll never get them back. What kind of emails do you send out to customers for your business? Do you even have email? And simply having a website, well, that's not the answer either. You need to have a strategic plan for valuable content on your site, or people will leave it and they'll likely never come back. And the advertising you use to drive people to your website, it needs to be relevant, it needs to be interesting. Consider this, 84% of 25 to 34-year-olds have left a favorite website. Why? Because of intrusive or irrelevant advertising. Now that statistic is also one of the big reasons why savvy businesses, why they're engaging in the production of valuable off-page content creation and then going out and getting it ranked in the search engines in order to find new customers. Do you engage in content marketing? Is your advertising intrusive or irrelevant? Do you want some help? Audiences everywhere are tough as nails. They don't have time to be bored or browbeaten by orthodox, old-fashioned advertising. You need to stop interrupting what people are interested in, and instead you need to be what people are interested in. Well, it may not be the only search engine. Google is by far the biggest, with a commanding 75.85% of all search engine traffic as of January 2012, and that's according to the Search Engine Journal. These statistics make it imperative that you use Google as your company business card. Google can be the best salesperson your business ever had. And by the way, when it comes to marketing, it's time to stop or minimize the kind of advertising that interrupts people. Examples of interruption-based marketing, well, those are virtually all of your traditional media and any other outbound marketing tactic. The average response rates for interruption-based marketing, they're between 1 and 5%. Now, Compare that to the inbound marketing model, where you focus on valuable content creation online with things like articles, videos, blogs and blog posts, and the use of voluntary opt-in forms on landing pages, on blogs, even on your website. Permission-based marketing yields an average response rate of, listen to this, between 20% to 50%. What will create more profits for your business? A response rate of 5% or a response rate of 50%? The fact is, if you can position yourself online as a trusted authority or a trusted advisor or a trustworthy expert, then your being helpful to folks can go viral in your market niche. The question you might ask is, what defines helpful? It's not just customer service. No. It's content. It's what people find when they search for you or when they search for the products or services that your business offers. The right recipe includes helpful, informative, and interesting articles, videos, and blog posts that drive traffic to your online website and landing pages. It's the stuff that people find on your Facebook and fan pages. It's what you're all about on LinkedIn. Before we go further, there's one social networking site, and it's actually the third largest one in the world as of the time of this recording, that is somewhat different than the other social networks because it concentrates on business and business executives. The name of it? It's LinkedIn for Business. Some of the outstanding features of LinkedIn include the large number of its members, which actually at last count were over 135 million users. In fact, 2 new members join LinkedIn every single second of the day around the clock. And LinkedIn's got members from every single one of the Fortune 500 companies, and more than 2 million companies have LinkedIn company pages. Now, businesses use LinkedIn for a number of reasons. Some to collaborate in business, others to source out great talent. They use LinkedIn to network for their businesses. And because the mindset of the typical LinkedIn user is much more focused than, say, that of a Twitter user, LinkedIn is the ideal platform to reach out and connect with people for business reasons. So my question to you is that are you set up on LinkedIn yet? Helping people get set up correctly on LinkedIn is one of the many things that we do. Well, let's get back to talking about your success, because part of your success is also predicated on you being generous with potential customers when they find you online. How? By giving away valuable stuff. Now, I'm not talking about giving away your products. I'm talking about giving away valuable information, valuable reports, valuable tips, valuable strategies, and useful how-tos. Now, why? Well, so that your customer will appreciate you and find the stuff that you give useful, because that stuff adds to the quality of their life or their business. Being remarkable to your prospective market needs to be the new business as usual mentality that your business adopts. And something called link love, well, that's the new advertising buy for your business. Now, if you don't know what I mean by link love, allow me to give you a terrific analogy that will help you understand what one of the most powerful SEO tactics online is all about. When we create an article or a video or a press release or a blog post or any kind of content for that matter, we can place one or more links in that content for people to click on when they read it, when they watch it, etc. Typically, a link can be a website address, or it could even be a bunch of text that's hyperlinked, and when someone clicks on it, it goes to a specific website address. Links are also used to direct people to another web page or a website anywhere on the internet or anywhere within a website. So to recap, when anybody clicks on a link in an article or a video or a press release or a blog post, clicking on those links can literally catapult that person directly to your website or any page on your website, because you can specify the page that they land on when they click your link. Links back to your website also occur when people bookmark content that you've got online. In other words, have you ever emailed a friend or family member and maybe sent them a link to a website that you thought that they might, find interesting? Well, if you have, and then that person added it to their online favorites or online bookmarks so that they can either reference it later, so that they can come back later to review it, then they've just saved your content, and by default, they've saved the links that content has got in it. Well, the search engines weight your content that's been bookmarked or saved by somebody, and they give it tremendous authority. The reason is because Google knows that other people wouldn't save and bookmark your content unless it was interesting or valuable to that person. And Google's primary business is displaying search engine results that people are interested in. So why are links to your content that take people back to your website so important? Think of an election campaign. The presidential candidate with the most votes will become president of the United States, right? On the internet, links from content to your website are regarded as votes for your website. The more quality links you have, the higher in the search engines your websites can rank. That's why we say that link love is the new advertising buy for your business. The question for you is that how much content do you have online that has links back to your website? Can you see the power of this? Perhaps one of the biggest mistakes that many businesses make online is that they fail to have targeted landing pages with a clear call to action. Now, a landing page is simply a web page that a prospective customer of yours would land on once they came through your marketing funnel. And ideally, that page, that landing page, will entice the customer to voluntarily give you their contact information in trade for whatever it is that you're promoting to them, or whatever you're promising them. It could be a free report on something, some valuable information they can use, or whatever. The benefit to you is that because you now have their contact information, you can now drip on them with valuable content-filled email autoresponders and slowly entice them to come back to your website and do business with you. But you have to do it right or else you'll lose them, as we pointed out earlier. Instead, many business owners think they can simply push traffic to the homepage of their website and then cross their fingers and hope that the site visitor will buy when they visit the website for the first time. The truth is, many people don't buy the first time they visit your website. Instead, what do? They check you out. They go away, they do some research, they price shop, they comparison shop. And all the while you hope, because you got your fingers crossed, remember that, all the while you hope that they can remember how to find their way back to you when they finally come to make a buying decision. That's why you've got to have landing pages in your business that are armed with capture forms. And keywords are the mechanism that powers virtually everything online. You know that each page of your website has got to be optimized with the exact keywords that the person used in the search engines to find you, so that when they land in your website, the reaction they've got is, "Gosh, I'm in the right place. This is exactly what I was looking for." Online, keywords are the new neon signs, and they don't just affect the optimization of your websites for higher rankings. They also power the off-page content, the articles, the videos, the blog posts, all the stuff that you create that also drives traffic to your website. I have a question for you. Do you know what all the keywords and keyword phrases are that people use to find you online? One of our greatest strengths is keyword research, and we can help you nail down all the keywords that prospective customers use that will result in increased traffic to your website. In business, you know that you have to constantly measure your marketing efforts, because unless you do that, then you've got no way of knowing what marketing tactics work for you and which tactics are useless. Online, having analytics is the only way to go. Being able to measure things like where your traffic comes from, which keywords people respond to, which pages of your website visitors spend the most time on, which pages of your website visitors spend the least amount of time on. All that stuff is critical to your success. Measuring and analyzing your data trumps, "Gee, I hope this works," every single time. How do you use analytics for your online business? Do you even have them? Because without them, you're dead in the water. If you don't like change, then you're going to like being irrelevant even less. Inbound marketing, by the way, is any marketing tactic that relies on earning people's interest instead of buying it. It's the key to marketing transformation. In a nutshell, you can summarize inbound marketing as 3 phases, and here they are. Number 1, you've got to get found online through website optimization and the use of off-page marketing tactics such as using articles, videos, and blog content, just to list a few. Number 2, you've got to convert visitors and leads into actions, into sales, and into profits. How? By using landing pages with specific calls to action and relevant on-page content. And number 3, you've got to analyze and improve through the combination of analytics and testing and tweaking your marketing. And by the way, it's no secret now that more than 1/3 of all US companies use blogs for their marketing purposes. Companies that blog get a whopping 55% more website visitors. I wonder how you would feel about that type of transformation in your business. Inbound marketing, by the way, costs about 62% less per lead than traditional outbound marketing. You simply can't ignore that. One other thing, the social media can play a huge role in your marketing success. 67% of business-to-consumer companies and 41% of business-to-business companies have acquired customers through Facebook. And when it comes to blogging, 57% of businesses have acquired customers through their company's blog. Hey, you remember Twitter? Well, 42% of companies have acquired customers through Twitter. The number of marketers who say Facebook is critical or important to their business has increased 83% in just 2 short years. Did you know that 51% of Facebook fans are more likely to buy the brands that they're fans of? I hope you have a Facebook fan page. And 79% of Twitter followers are more likely to recommend the brands that they follow. The average budget spend on company blogs and social media has nearly doubled in 2 short years. And maybe that's a strong enough clue for you to understand that this stuff really works in business, and it can work for you if you do it right. Jim Stengel, who's the former global marketing officer of Procter & Gamble, couldn't have said it any better when he said this. He said, "What we really need is a mindset shift that will make us relevant to today's consumers. A mindset shift from telling and selling to building relationships instead." The old marketing approach was, get in the prospective customer's face when they're not looking. The new marketing approach is, get found by the prospective customer when they are looking. Well, now it's time for part 4 of our seminar today, and earlier we promised you that we would show you examples of what could be potentially missed opportunities for you in your local market. Okay, now we're going to have a little bit of fun as I prove to you the internet is the only place to be to get real-time traffic. No other advertising medium can compare to what you're about to see. So let's go and do an experiment. We're inside what is referred to as a keyword tool. And what's going to happen is that you're going to see the amount of traffic that is on the internet that is looking for your products and your services in real time. The numbers that you're going to see are averages over the last 30 days. So sit back and buckle up, because we're going to show you the amount of customers and profits that you're missing by not having an effective advertising strategy and marketing platform online. So let's assume that you were looking for a lawyer in Los Angeles. So lawyers in Los Angeles. We'll go ahead and we'll click search. And what happens is, look at this, lawyers in Los Angeles. Now, I'm not going to walk you through this whole keyword tool, but you see this right here? It's got global monthly searches. 135,000 people search for lawyers in Los Angeles. But what's even more powerful is the local monthly searches. Of that 135,000 searches on that exact keyword phrase, lawyers in Los Angeles, 110,000 of them are happening locally in the LA area. So if you look at this, these are the local monthly searches. Every month, 110,000 people are looking for lawyers in Los Angeles. But hold on a second. You know, Los Angeles is a city with millions of people. Well, let's forget the big cities. Let's go to the smaller cities. Watch this. How about we take lawyers in Visalia, California? Watch this. There we have, we've typed in lawyers in Visalia, California. Let's go ahead and click on the search. And look at this. Lawyers in Visalia, California, global monthly searches 480. Look at the local monthly searches, 480 every single month. Well, let's pick a different city and go ahead and narrow it down a bit. So here, watch this. What about Sacramento personal injury attorney? Let's go ahead and click on search. And look at this. In Sacramento, and now we've widened our search phrase. So usually the longer that you go on a search phrase, the less traffic. 3,600 people are searching for a Sacramento personal injury attorney every 30 days. If you're an attorney and you do personal injury work, do you want that traffic? And guess what? This is just one phrase. When we set up your marketing, we'll set up marketing on dozens, and in some cases, depending on your business category, hundreds of keywords. Imagine the amount of traffic that you're missing by not being online or not being online effectively. Well, let's go ahead and switch it now. Let's get out of the lawyer and attorney thing. And how about some recreation? What about golf? Well, here, watch this. What if you were in Tucson and you're looking for a golf store and you type in golf stores Tucson? Go ahead and hit the search. And look at that. 480 people every single month are looking for golf stores in Tucson. And here again, we can use geographic modifiers, the name of the city, the name of the state, or the name of the province, spelled out in full or abbreviated. There's a whole bunch of different things. Now, the bottom line is you need somebody to identify all of the various keywords for your market locally, and that's where we come in. Well, let's go ahead and change it again. How about furniture? Let's go look for furniture stores in Mesa, Arizona. I pick out Mesa because I used to have a home in Arizona, actually in Scottsdale, but Mesa's close by. Let's go ahead and click on this. Look at that, 1,600 people searching the term, the keyword term, furniture stores in Mesa, Arizona, abbreviated. 1,600. If you own a furniture store, do you want that traffic, especially if you're in Mesa? Well, let's go up to Wisconsin and let's change the category type again. How about sporting goods stores in Madison, Wisconsin? Click on the search. Look at that. 390 people every single month are searching for sporting goods stores in Madison, Wisconsin. What if you were looking for an accountant? And what if you were in Spokane, Washington? Look at this. Spokane accountants. Let's see if that turns up any. Well, look at that. Spokane accountants, 260 people every single month are searching for Spokane accountants. Do you think for a second that not being online can't benefit you? Here, watch this. What we're going to do, let's go, and I'm a fisherman, and I love fishing. And there's a place in Texas called Lake Fork. Let's look for fishing guides. Go ahead and click on search. Oh, my, look at that. Lake Fork fishing guides. The local number of searches every month, 720. Now, the thing I have to ask you is this. Do you think for 1 second that radio or newspaper or television can compete with this? Because remember one thing, when you're buying radio spots and you're buying, say, 12 or 20 or 30 a week, and that can cost thousands and thousands of dollars, at the end of that campaign, it's done. The minute that you run your newspaper ad and it's finished, it's done. The minute that you run your television campaign and it's finished, it's done. And that costs a lot of money. But online with the internet, when we optimize your website for these keywords, it's up there forever. All we have to do is tweak it a little bit every month in a certain way that we do things, and you're going to keep getting this traffic. But your business doesn't just go off just one keyword phrase. It goes off multiple numbers of keyword phrases. Let's have some more fun here. Okay, let's go up to Canada. Vancouver is a city that I lived in for quite a while. Let's go ahead and look for it. Let's say I got a sore back. Vancouver chiropractors. Let's go and take a look. My again, look at that. 2,900 people are looking for chiropractors locally in Vancouver. So Vancouver chiropractors. Now, this could also be Vancouver, Washington as well. And you know what? You can narrow it down by putting in a geographic modifier, like either Washington or BC or whatever. But the numbers are mind-blowing. While we're in the kind of healthcare end of things, let's say that you want to get your teeth cleaned or something. You're looking for a dentist, and you're in Plymouth. Let's go ahead and look at this. Dentist Plymouth. Look at that. 2,400 people looking for dentists in Plymouth. Now, I got to tell you right now, you're not just going to focus on one keyword phrase. I keep saying this over and over. You're going to look at dozens. But ladies and gentlemen, I mean, this has got to be showing you that to be online, on the internet, marketing your business is a no-brainer. What are you waiting for if you're not doing this? Look at all the traffic that you're missing. And don't you think, if I type in dentists in Plymouth, or if I'm typing in golf store in Tucson, or I'm typing in an accountant in Spokane, or if I'm looking for a chiropractor in Vancouver, don't you think that I might be in the frame of mind to buy? I'm a buying customer, ready, willing, and able. And that's the beautiful thing about online. The people who are searching for you, they're looking to buy your product or your service. I hope this is getting through to you. Well, let's switch it again. How about clothing? Okay, let's go to the other end of the country. Actually, let's go down to the States, to Orlando, home of Disneyland. Clothing Orlando. Let's go ahead and take a peek here. Clothing Orlando, look at that, 8,100 searches. Man, if you own a clothing store in Orlando, you better be online. Well, let's go down to Louisville, Kentucky. And we used to be big into racing and stuff. I love the horses. Don't know that much about them anymore, but look at this. Louisville shopping, okay? Let's say you're a tourist and you're in Louisville and you're looking for some shopping. Let's go ahead and click on this. And, oh, wow, look at that. Local monthly searches, 9,900 every month. Now, keep in mind, we're not looking at the global searches. This is the local monthly searches, people typing in Louisville shopping. See, the internet is fantastic. If your business is tourism related, boy, I'll tell you what, you're also missing the boat if you're not online. Okay, what about stuff for your home? Well, here, watch this. Ever need a plumber? Sure you have. Whoops, we've already done that. Let me just go ahead and get this again. Okay, let's go ahead and look for Plumber Eugene, okay? Plumber Eugene. I didn't even put in the geographic modifier there. Look at that. Plumber Eugene, 1,300 searches every single month. And by the way, don't forget, you know, you'll also search for the plurals too, but here, watch this. Let's go, actually here, let's go to Reno, and we'll do Plumbers Reno. Watch this. Look at that, Plumbers in Reno, Nevada. 1,900 local searches. Okay, how about veterinarians? Do you have pets? Here, watch this. Everybody needs to call a veterinarian every now and then. Look at this, veterinarian Colorado Springs. Oh my gosh, look at this. 3,600 local searches every single month. Okay, jewelry. You like jewelry? How about jewelry stores in Houston? Oh my gosh, look at this one. 5,400 local searches every single month. And you know what? You can use synonyms as well. You got to know which words to search for. But here, look at this. How about jewelers this time? Jewelers this time instead of jewelry. And this time we'll pick Denver. Watch this. Oh, look at this. 5,400 in Denver. Oh my gosh. Well, what about landscapers? This time we'll use a geographic modifier. Landscaping in Richardson, Texas. You go, where's Richardson? Remember we said we weren't going to go for the big name cities and whatnot? Well, look at this. Landscapers in Richardson, Texas. There's 91 every month. You know, if you're in a business that, you know, like landscaping, typically the profit on a landscaping job, if it's like $4,000 or $5,000, you think if you're a landscaper and you're making $4,000 or $5,000 worth of profit on each job that you do, that you wouldn't be interested in 91 people who are looking for landscaping every month in your city? And Richardson's a really small area. You know, we talked about golf stores in, I don't know, some city here a little bit ago. What about if you're a business that has golfing packages? Look at this. Scottsdale, because like I say, we used to have a place in Arizona, actually in Scottsdale. So here, look at this. How many people searching here? Oh, look at this. 1,300 people every month searching for Scottsdale golf packages. Here, watch this. Let's have some more fun. How about car dealers? Look at this. Car dealers in every city. Car dealers, Albany, New York. Look at that. 2,900 people looking for car dealers in Albany, New York. We're not talking about the biggest cities in the world here. I got news for you.
People who live in every nook and cranny anywhere in the world, they're online and they're searching for stuff, products in their area online, services in their area online. And if you live in one of those places, you've got to be online. How about used cars? Well, here, let's switch locations here. Used cars, Tacoma, Washington. Let's have a look. Look at that, 1,300 local searches every single month. Well, why don't we go from cars to boats? How about boat dealers in Portland? That's kind of funny because it's not in the ocean, but oh, look at this. Here again, wow, 1,300 is a really popular number here. Boat dealers in Portland, 1,300 local monthly searches in Portland. Let's go ahead and switch this over. How about flowers? Florists? Bethesda Florist. You know Bethesda, Maryland? Look at this. 1,900 people every month are searching for a Bethesda florist. I hope by now you've got the picture of this. You can't afford not to be online. If you're not online and you don't have marketing tactics that are, like bringing you traffic to your website, you're missing it big time. And you know what? Having a pretty website is not the answer. You need a website that's going to give you marketing. You need a marketing package and a marketing platform that is going to drive traffic. Lots of customers that can generate you big profits consistently, day after day, week after week, month after month. And you want these customers delivered to the doorstep of your business.
Well, I hope you enjoyed all that. Here's something else to think about as well. In some markets, there are some businesses that have managed to simply put up a website and they actually showed up on the first page of Google. But then all of a sudden they woke up one day, turned on their computer, and they were completely gone from the first page. Second page too. Now, I've received calls from people like this. The big question they asked was why? How come? They couldn't believe it. The answer was sobering, but it was very simple. To start with, when they journeyed online, they were fortunate enough to have very little, if any, competition. But the silent website killer that was lurking in their background had to do with the fact that they were not prepared for the day when the competition would inevitably come. They had no on-page content. They had no off-page content. They had no decent backlinks to speak of. They had incorrect or no tags on vital areas of their web pages. They had no blog, no social media ties, and it just goes on and on and on. Their websites either weren't optimized after they put them up, or they were optimized only a bit because the person or the company that handled that job likely didn't know what the heck they were doing. Or it was possible that they tried to have an unqualified nephew or niece or family member with some skills at internet marketing do the job for them. Either way, it bombed. The bottom line was that their website was optimized with the equivalent of a water pistol while their competitors were arming themselves with AK-47s and nuclear marketing weapons. And all the while in the background, their competitors began working with real internet marketers who knew how to optimize a website properly. And then one day, it happened. Bang. Knocked off the front page, maybe even the second page too. And if their competitors weren't the cause of the damage, then it was the fact that the quality of their websites just didn't match the ongoing and relentless Google slaps and changes in marketing algorithms that will always happen. You hear that? They'll always happen. Always have and always will. Why do I share this with you? The answer is simple, because if you're a business person that has ventured online, and if you're fortunate enough to show up in some areas on the front pages of the search engines, Google or Yahoo or Bing, or maybe all three, here's what I can guarantee you. If you're not optimized correctly right now online for your website, then one day you're going to wake up, you're going to turn on your computer, then you're going to freak out when your business website is gone. And it won't be gone because of some technical difficulty. It'll be gone because either your competitors or the search engines, or both, slapped you down because your online site was not optimized properly. And I can tell you that it's a whole lot easier to optimize yourself now the right way in order to make yourself indestructible to your competition and the changes in the search engine algorithms. than it is to play catch up later on once you've been knocked off the front pages. You know what? Why don't you get us to do a free evaluation of your site and marketing? But you know what? We can talk about that later if you want. Well, now we're in the home stretch because now it's part 5 of our seminar. And this is only going to take a few minutes because I'm going to show you how to access 4 powerful recipes for winning big online. There are 5 things that you should focus on if you want to win at marketing online. The first thing, of course, has to do with your business and what you offer to folks. You simply have to have the products and services that people really want. Now, this might seem far too obvious, but the point I also want to make here is that you want to make sure that you're not in an eroding market and that instead you're in an expanding one. Let me give you 2 examples. Number 1, if you were the best video cassette manufacturer in the world, it really wouldn't matter because going digital has replaced tapes in a big way. This would be an eroding market. Here's example number 2. If your business focused on providing internet marketing services to business like we do, then you would be in an expanding market. Why? Well, because of the potential growth of the internet that is resulting from the entire world going online for literally everything. And you combine that with the fact that as of 2011, about 10% of the world owns a smartphone. And with over 5 billion people who use cellular devices, it means that over the next several years, you're going to see another 4 billion people get access to the internet with smartphones as they trade in their old cell phones for the newer ones that can connect to the online world. And we haven't even talked about the other mobile devices that connect people with the internet. With businesses everywhere realizing that their customers have gone online, this makes this a supercharged expanding market. Did you know that you can also use forums and chat rooms online in combination with keyword research in order to find the current pulse of your industry, including what your prospects are actually thinking right now and where your market is headed in your niche in the near future? Feel free to speak to us about that at any time. In any event, once you know your products and services are in demand, then you need to start creating and publishing content online that brand you as an authority in your market, that brand you as a trusted advisor, and that brand you as the local expert in your market. And the topics are endless, including those that you can see on the screen right now. And if you can't do this yourself, then maybe you need people like us to do it for you. The second thing that you need to do in order to win online is to be generous. We talked about this. The more valuable content that you give to your prospective customers, the more sales that you'll get back. People in any market, they're hungry for content that gets their frequently asked questions answered. They're interested in content that talks about the how-tos. They love special reports that are relevant to what they want and that can tie what you offer in. They go nuts over videos. They love to read blog posts, and the list goes on. The benefit of providing content also dramatically increases your on and off page content and your inbound links that take people back to your website. Remember, the search engines love relevant content so much that they've made it a major ranking signal that will push your internet assets, including your website, up in the search engines. Of course, the biggest benefit with your market is that stuff like this builds trust, it adds to your credibility, and it establishes your goodwill. The third thing that you've got to do is rock your world with keywords. Having the right keywords results in more traffic that leads to sales and profits for your business. If you want to double the traffic, then double up on the keywords that have the proven traffic to deliver to your website. Keywords are the foundation of you getting on page 1 of the search results for any search engine, including Google, Bing, Yahoo, and the other engines. The right keywords can help you cut your paid advertising spending by as much as half, while eventually potentially doubling or tripling your existing business. At Website Marketing Pros, we're keyword research experts, and you get keyword research with every business package we have. The fourth thing that you've got to do if you really want to win online is give great directions. That simply means creating relevant landing pages that have clear calls to action. You want to make compelling offers. You want to always be talking about the what's in it for your customer benefits. And you want capture and opt-in forms on every landing page you have so that you can slowly build a database of potential customers and buyers for your products and services. The fifth thing that you need to do is to invest wisely. Get yourself a great marketing agency that's both affordable and who knows how to help you. If you don't make dollars, then it don't make sense. It no longer makes economic sense to send an advertising message to the many in the hopes of persuading the few. You need laser-focused, targeted, precision marketing that delivers your message to the people who are actively searching for you or the products and services that you carry. The internet is the only medium in the history of the world that has a marketing model that allows people to hunt for your business, to hunt your business down based on what they want. The bad news is that you might be way behind in all this, but the good news is that we at Website Marketing Pros can transform your business and help you win. If you go to our website, websitemarketingpros.com, I encourage you to watch the video on the front page of our site if you haven't seen that already. Then, after that, I'd like to encourage you to take a tour of our site by clicking on all of the links. But you know what? There are two areas in particular that I think you'll want to see. The first is our website designs. You can see about 50 of them by clicking on the Designs tab on the top menu. Then simply click your mouse on any of the thumbnails to see a big bold view of what your website that we design will look like. The second important area is where your recipe for success is located. If you go back to the Products tab on our top menu and you go ahead and click on it, then you'll be taken to the various business packages that we offer. On the left-hand side of the page, you'll see the ingredients that make up our marketing tactics and strategies that we'll execute for you on your behalf if you decide to become a client of ours. What you'll really like, I think, is the fact that beside each of our marketing tactics and strategies is a little video icon. And I encourage you to click on each one in order to watch a short 3 to 4 minute video that explains in layperson's language the marketing tactics and strategies that you can launch for your business. We've made every effort to make sure that regardless of what your level of understanding is when it comes to online marketing, that you'll be able to effortlessly understand everything that we share with you when it comes to the marketing and what we can do for you. Too often, advertising agencies lose their customers in the jargon and terminology of marketing. And we respect you and we appreciate you for taking the time to look at us, and we felt it very important to boil down everything we do in simple, easy to understand descriptions. Finally, we want you to be a customer of ours, and we don't make any bones about that. With your permission, and I hinted at this a little earlier, we'd like to do an in-depth evaluation of your business, and because you've attended our seminar, there's not going to be a charge for that. So if you'd like to see how you stack up against your direct competitors who are online in your market, and if you'd like to have us identify all the unexploited opportunities that exist locally for you and your business in terms of more customers and more profits from your local area, and if you would like us to show you the strengths and weaknesses of your direct competitors, then let us know. And we'll not only conduct that research for you, but we'll also present our findings for you in video format, which we'll deliver to you via your email. In other words, we'll give you a link where you can watch the results of our research that we conduct on your behalf. So please let our marketing rep who invited you to this seminar know what you want to do next. And feel free to contact us at any time. You can reach me personally at gerald@websitemarketingpros.com. You can get additional contact information for us from our website. I want to thank you for your time today. On behalf of the company and our staff and our sales team, I look forward to visiting with you. And I want to thank you for the opportunity to help you win big online. God bless you.